Hey y'all. Good evening. There's so many people going to the store at 9:15. Get y'all at home with me. I had a break in my live because when I pulled out from church, my daddy said I ain't had no tail lights. And I know I had some tail lights before yesterday. But when I went take it to the shop to get the oil changed, why they was fooling with the lights, I have no idea. Welcome to Classy Ladies Live. I'm riding home from church revival. And then after that, we fellowship, had some dinner. We had red beans and rice, rotisserie chicken and cornbread, some cracked tea, and some lemonade, and cake. I gave some to my brother and some to my dad because I wasn't really just that hungry. And the red beans and rice was full of sausage. So a lot of Catholics don't eat meat. They give up meat on Wednesdays and Fridays. So they take theirs home to eat it for another day. I didn't give it up I ain't think to give it up on a Wednesday. Now here this Negro in the middle of the street. It must have rained when we was in church. Wearing dark clothes. So, see how long it take me to get home. The temperature done dropped out here, then got cool. It's the cooler. Oh boy. Getting up on the freeway, got to put my little turbo on. Because people see you with your signal lights on, they don't want to let you over. Don't want to let you over. It was so funny tonight. Good evening. I can't see who's in here, but I see somebody in here. Welcome over. Oh, that's LaWanda. Hey, LaWanda. I'm riding home from church. We had our last church revival. And of course, the third day was awesome as well as the first 2 days. He's going to be at another church. He lives in Philadelphia. That's where his ministry is. Well, he does like vocational ministry. So he travels. He has a busy schedule. But when he was contacted in January, my priest was in Nigeria visiting his family, and he texted him, asked him to come for a revival. All he said was okay and when. So we had him, and I got warm already. Yeah. So I was driving off and I didn't have no tail lights. My dad saw me pull off from church. I thought he was gone, and he said I ain't have no tail lights. So I had to interrupt my live because he was calling me. And he called me twice, so I thought he was already gone. And so I answered. I'm glad I answered the phone because my tail lights was off. I don't know why they would have been fooling with my tail lights, with my lights. When I took it to the dealership, because all I was doing was getting the oil change and tire rotated. But I guess they did like a full inspection, since this was my last full service, which was good, because honey, I was gonna be there directly in the morning to see why I ain't had no tail lights, and that was very dangerous, because then that made my dad would have had to follow me home. Because we got a good about 20-25 miles to go from church. Even though if the traffic is not bad, I ain't gonna lie, I drive safe, but I do drive fast. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take the Hardy Toll Road. I ain't gonna play with them tonight. Come on, I'm trying to go head on. I hate when people see you trying to get over and they don't want to let you over. I'm trying to get over for a reason. Gonna make me religion. I just died. I'm trying to get over for a reason. You trying to get over here and you want to go the same speed limit I'm going. One of us got to slow down, and then I slowed down, she slowed down. How dumb is that? I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't want to be fussing, but it don't make sense the way some of these people drive. You don't want to let me over, but then you don't want to go. Then I slow down and you slow down. That's crazy. You trying to go one lane, I'm trying to get in the other. We trying to both cross paths. Okay, Buzz, come on. I have to pay to go to church. I'm going to pay to go home. What are you putting brakes for? You make me think I can't see. Let me pass you up too. Because I think you knew. No, you ain't new. You going to the Woodlands and you doing all that slow driving. Y'all, when I used to, I think I told y'all this, when I used to ride home, and I would get off at 10 o'clock, let me turn this heat down. I put it up, but it ain't. I done warmed up. And I used to get off at 10 o'clock, and then when I got off either at 10 o'clock, I'm sorry, I'm trying to adjust this. Okay, there you go. When I got off at 10 o'clock, I'm going to hold this phone. I got off at 10 o'clock, or I got off at 2 o'clock. If I work 12 hours, if I work my 8 hours, or I work 12 hours. And I would pay to go home. I ride this Hardy Toll Road. Baby, let me tell you. Like it is. It was a bunch of dark days. And then when I got off at 10, or I got off at 2 o'clock, it wouldn't hardly be nobody on the road. I'd be saying, Lord, if it's a policeman, you just gonna have to catch me, or I'm gonna have to pull over somewhere. But it's not really no siding to pull over. It ain't no shoulders on this what we call Hardy Toll Road. So you stuck. So yeah, baby, I told you I used to run many of red lights. And the booth that they used to sit in, I remember when we first got to Hardy Toll Road, they all had out these booths. They had the big booth where you stop and you get a temperature money, and they thank you and give you a receipt if you wanted one. And then when you either came on the freeway, depending on where it was, they had a toll booth. And then when you the freeway, it was a toll booth. There's a toll booth. Ooh, and I got to use the restroom too. There's a toll booth by my house. So I think the first time I came through, because I hadn't rode it in a while, because last time I rode it, it was people in the booths. So I come through the booth and I slowed down. I had got in the, I got on the side where you have to pay. They had a part where you throw your money in there. Yeah, that's the lane I got in. I got in where you throw your money in the bucket and the gate would raise up. So when I first did that, I got in that side where you throw your money at. So I threw some money in there, what I was supposed to throw, and the gate didn't come up. And I'm blowing the horn or whatever. So I had to back up. And I thought somebody was in the booth. So when I backed up and I went around, it was nobody in the booth, and the rail was up. So I stopped. It wasn't nobody in there. I said, well, shoot, I not ready to put my money in. I'm gone. So the next time I come through there, I came, it was traffic during the daytime when I got off at 2 o'clock. And I had a coworker that she would work the 11 to, what was it? She worked 10 at night to 6 in the morning. And so she would be coming out. And so she would always tell me, hey, the traffic is backed up. You might want to go down to Hardy. So that would give me an idea. So okay, I said, okay, thank you. So I would go down, I would get on the Hardy and come home. So that particular day, I came home and the booth was open. So I stopped at the one where it was supposed to be somebody in there. So I stopped and I paid my money. I said, hey, I say sometime I work, and that's when I changed my shift, I think it was. I say sometime I come through here at, I came through that for the daytime for sub, because I was still on so at night, and I say, I stop and there don't be nobody ain't seen nobody in the booth. So she say, well, we leave at 8 o'clock. I say, y'all leave at 8 o'clock. She say, yeah, we leave the gates open. I say, oh yeah? Y'all know. She shouldn't have told me they left them gates open. I was a frequent flyer on the Hardy Toll Road. And then she said they left at 8. So then one time I come through and they stopped working at all. They took them all from out the booths and stuff and left the gates open. I said, I wish I would put some money in there. And then I asked her, another time I asked her, I say, what happens if you you come through here and you don't pay the fee? You don't drop the money in there, or whatever. She said, well, they'll send you a ticket. I say, child, well, I don't know how many tickets I'm getting in the mail. I say, because I sure I don't stop to them. I say, when I come through here, ain't nobody in here, and I keep it going. I say, I slow down like I'm looking at a red light, and I look to the left. Don't be nobody in there. I just cruise on through that light. I just cruise on through. I'm sorry, through the toll booth. I said, shoot, I ain't stopping. But I slow down enough to look. And when there don't be nobody in there, I just keep it moving. Now I just passed through a big one. So it got me now. It got my license plate now. But yeah, when I get over there by my house, if it don't snap me when I get off that exit ramp, it's free. I used to say, well, I'm still a young woman. I ain't old. I ain't gonna be stopping to all these things. And then I was notorious If I came the other way around, I was notorious for running the red light. When it got to the one by my house, and it was just a service station, and the other business was closed, and it would be dark, I said, okay, I got something for this. And when I would be coming up to it, I don't know if y'all ever did this, where you flick your brights on and off, so the light could change. And sometimes it worked. So when I would be approaching, I would be flicking my lights on and off, so when I got to the light, it would change. But for some particular reason, it wasn't doing it. So I said, okay. So when I start approaching the light, I'm looking, because it's woods. It's woods around now, because it used to be nothing but cows. They done ran all the cows off, and deers in the woods and stuff. So we still had woods, and it was dark. So since the light wouldn't change, I started looking and to see if anybody be standing, at the red light, because they, notorious for standing up at the red lights asking for money. And you never know where these people be at asking for money. And I'd hate to pull somebody's arm off, because I will if I have to. So I would get to the light wouldn't change. I looked to the left, nothing wasn't coming. I looked to the right, wasn't nothing coming. I looked ahead, nothing coming. I looked to the left again, and I smooth put off on that red light and just come on home. I ain't sitting up at this red light. And it take too long to change. I say no. Nope. Ain't nobody at the intersection. I'm gone. I done ran the red light by my house. You just have to get the ticket. Just like one night, when I done said this before, I was coming. I had some classmates and neighbors and classmates. They got married, and they was having my cousin that lost her life to domestic violence. They was having a memorial. So I was coming back from my aunt's house, and I didn't use the restroom there, so I waited, and I'm driving home. And as I'm driving home, it intensifies. God dog, I done got to my location real quick. It intensified. Shoot, next thing you know, I got to that same red light, and the light was yellow. It had just turned yellow. I just cruised on through that light. There was people there. Cruise on through that light. Normally I try to stop, but I had to use the restroom. So like I do now. So when I cruised through the light, made the turn, came to another intersection, stopped, did what I was supposed to do. Let me slow down, because I'm going exit is 35. I'm going 65. Let me slow down. Oh, they done took that boot. I ain't been over here in a while. They done took that boot from out of here. Let me see if it's going to take my picture. Yep, it snapped it. It snapped it. I can tell you many days it didn't. And the only reason why I'm at this red light is because there's another car here. But if that truck wouldn't be there, I'd be cruising through this light. I don't be playing. So I stopped at the intersection, proceeded to come on, going down the street, turn on my street, turn in my driveway. As soon as my front tires hit the driveway, whoop, whoop, there go the popo. Wasn't a regular popo. It was Texas Department of State, the state trooper, pulled me over. I'm like, dog. So he come to my passenger side and he say, you know why I stopped you? I say, no, not really. He said, you came through that light. I say, yeah, that light was yellow. I say, that was caution. It didn't say I had to stop. It just turned yellow. So I came through it. License and registration. I say, my insurance is in my glove box. And I say, my purse is right here. I say, now you see this is a big purse. So I got to search to get my wallet. So I'm digging in my purse. I finally find my wallet. That's why I'm gonna need an alignment soon. All these doggone bumps and lumps and clumps. And I say, now I'm reaching for my glove box to get my insurance. Cause I want to say, y'all quick to want to pow somebody. So I gave it to him. Say, sir, why don't you step on out the car and come to the back? So I get out. I say, yes, sir. So I get out. I walk to the back of the car. He say, rest your hands on the car. I say, huh? He say, put your hands on the car. I put one hand. I'm not putting both. Tell him that I just played crazy. I stuck one hand on the car and I was twisting, just a twisting and a twitching, just a twitching and a twisting. He said, what's wrong with you? I say, I told you I had to pee. When you asked me why we're through that, I said, I told you I had to pee. I was just coming from a function. So I had to explain that to him again. When I got behind, he wanted me to put my hands on the car. So I had one hand on there. I ain't had both of them. It ain't just like you gonna arrest me in my neighborhood. And I know I'm clean too. So he ran my stuff. Then he goes, go ask me, do you ever go to that store up there? I say, yeah. I go to that store up there. Do you ever see any suspicious activity? I say, suspicious in what? What kind of suspicious activity? Well, people hanging out us and, might be doing some illegal stuff. I say, no. I say, that store is pretty, that store is fast paced. Now, see, I'm going to have to do something about these people. My neighbor and them got all these cars and want to park in front of my house. And I know I don't own the street, but y'all got all these doggone cars, and then you got your cars halfway parked in your driveway, and then I'ma let them do it in the summertime. I'ma turn my water sprinkler smooth on. And instead of them parking in front of their house, they got all these cars. I'ma ask the HOA because they got too many. They got they can put their stuff in their driveway, but they all down the street. Me and my neighbor can't even park in front of our own doggone house. I don't like nobody parking in front of my house. If I don't, I know them, so I ain't gonna call on them because I know them. But I've had the thing of and I don't know who, somebody must be, I don't know if they trying to get in my house or what, but I see my garage panel is up, and there's no reason for that to be up like that. Thank you, Jesus, I made it home safely. Let me turn that off. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all for a minute. Let me make sure. Let me put this thing down. Yeah, I don't know if somebody trying to change my code to my garage. I'm not sure what they trying to do. But my panel was up today. I noticed when I left to go leave. And I know my yard man sometimes do that. And I don't know why he do that. He know he don't have a code to my garage. So I'm gonna have to investigate that, because that's not the first time. But I thought it was my yard man that was doing that. But I see somebody else is coming up to my garage and fooling with my panel. And I haven't had any packages or nothing delivered. So that shouldn't be happening. Somebody must want some firepower. So I can speak to y'all. Hey, LaWanda, if you still on here. Yeah, the temperature has dropped. When I get in the house, I need to go turn my AC off. Hey, Lakeisha, if you still on here. Hey, ex-granny, how you doing? If you still on here. Hey, Bama. I'm going to stay on here and talk to y'all for a little bit. I made it. Don't take me long to get home. But yeah, so to end the story of that stopping, he ran me. He ain't find nothing. I knew he wasn't going to find nothing. So and that's when he made up the stuff about any activities and stuff going on. And I knew what he was talking about, because they don't normally be in the neighborhood. So evidently they must got a tip on somebody with some drugs or something. Let me put the garage door up a little bit so this exhaust can go out. They must have had a tip on some illegal activity in the area. So they was in the subdivision. DPS, Department of Public Safety, don't be in the subdivision. They will go in rural areas, but on the roadways, freeways, town roads and stuff like that, but not in a neighborhood. So I knew it was something for him to, he just wanted somebody to stop. But he didn't get nothing on me. You got a dry run. So yeah, everybody talking about the little 12-year-old that passed away from injuries of her fight. They're not showing the fight anymore. I saw a little snippet of it, but they're not showing it. And it was, we was discussing it kind of earlier. Some people were saying about the bus driver at fault, the school, parent. That's not that bus driver's responsibility. And it's really here in the state, long as you're on school property, whether you own the campus or you're on the school bus, that's still considered school property. Anything happens on the bus, on the property, school is responsible. Off the campus, they're not responsible. And it was said to have an adult there present, probably picking up their child or picking up the girl that was fighting. Kind of remind me of this content creator that's on here that was there when her kids was fighting. She took her kids. She said the other children was coming. They came to her house They didn't come to the house. They might have been riding by your house. So they met up down the street, sort of like in a park or a little area where it was, no houses. And they fought. And the content creator, she out there, and another lady with her had a big old stick. And the content creator is known to carry a weapon and has pulled it out on people. And she had her purse with a hand on her purse. And so it kind of took me back to that. You out there trying to watch your kid fight to make sure the other people don't jump in. Well, what if the other parents was out there and your kids was out there fighting and you were not there? Sometimes you got to learn how to be the adult. And what you out there with your hand on your pocketbook for? Because if your son would allow us to fight, what you was gonna do? Pop out the other child? No. So if one of the girls that was doing the fighting, if that was her mother there, or say an older sister, and they had agreed to, just say they had set it up to get off at that bus stop, which they didn't live in the area. See, we don't have that in Texas. All the students must wear their lanyards with their ID. When you get on that bus, it has to be, present. Your ID has to be present at all times. No exceptions with nobody. And so when you get on that bus, your ID need to be present. And I don't know if they have bus numbers on there, but you don't just get on a bus. And then I have a cousin, several people I know that are bus drivers and been for years. They get to know their students and their faces and stuff. And like I said again, you don't load their bus if you don't belong on that bus. So I'm going to ask her, do the kids on their ID, do they have a bus number on there? So when they get on your bus, you know that that's their bus to get on. So apparently, wherever they was at in Georgia, they must don't have that law about having a bus number or something, and if anybody is free to get on whatever bus they want to. They need to change that. They shouldn't allow a student to get on a bus and they don't belong on that bus. So hey Domo, hey Radine, God bless you too. Y'all hit the like button. So I don't know about that. So they got into a fight, and I guess they both fell. And maybe when they was on the ground, maybe the other girl may have, when you on the ground, you trying to get the best of somebody. I don't know if she was knocking the girl head back on the concrete or what, or if when they both fell, maybe the girl bumped her head on the concrete. I know that could unalive you, depending on how hard her head was hit. So the little girl ended up collapsing. My problem with it, after hearing the different stories, the girl that she was fighting was still there, and the adult apparently and some other people were still there. So y'all see the girl collapse, walk, and then collapse, and nobody thinks to try to help the girl. Y'all all just standing around. I don't know if they was hurling insults at her, telling her to get up or whatever, but she was out. And if she out there cold, or her eyes rolling back, or she not moving, or she having a seizure or something, somebody should have called 911 when that little girl didn't get up. Every second that she loses oxygen, that's a chance of her being brain dead. And by the time the cousin or the friend or whoever that was with her ran home to get the mama, probably frantic and trying to tell the mama what happened, the mama takes out and runs down there and see her daughter on the pavement, and she trying to, call out the name, and that's what people make a mistake. Instead of trying to, you calling their name out, but at the same time, you need to be dialing them three numbers, 911. Every second, she's losing oxygen. And y'all get the car or whatever. I don't know if the ambulance picked up, but if y'all got it in the car, put it in the car, you can't get her there faster than the ambulance. It depends. Now, if the hospital was maybe 2 blocks over or something, but if you had to drive a distance in traffic and stuff, you're not gonna get through as quick as that ambulance. And not only that, the ambulance has oxygen. They can immediately put oxygen on her to start getting that oxygen to her brain. So that's what kind of happened to the little girl. Maybe she had, was bleeding in the brain. She lost oxygen or whatever, and she passed away. That was awful, because if there was an adult on location, somebody should have called the ambulance. It shouldn't have taken her mom to somebody go get her mom. Her mom come there, and then she's asking somebody to call 911. That should have been done when that little girl didn't get up. And then you gonna say, well, she hit me. You still popping off at the mouth, not knowing she hit me first. At this point, it don't matter who hit who first. The girl needed some help. And while you standing up there talking about she hit me first, I'm pretty sure you had a cell phone. You could have called 911. So now they, gonna wait to see. I don't think the little girl was arrested yet. Nothing has been done yet. But I'm pretty sure that they gonna investigate. And it's not saying that they can't arrest her later. Uh, Depending on what Georgia law is, not saying they can't do nothing to their parents later. So it's a bad situation. And the thing about it, we need to be teaching our children, and we need to show love. Instead of all this fighting and bullying, no, one person is not no better than the other. I don't care what race you are, what skin tone you are. Nobody is better than the other. We were all created by one God. I don't care what you say, how you say it. We was all created by one God. And in his eyesight, we are all equal. I said it before. We cut our arm. A white person cut their arm. An Asian cut their arm. Pakistani cut their arm. Black cut their arm. Hispanic cut their arm. What we bleed? We all bleed red blood. It's not blue blood, green blood, black blood, yellow blood. It's all red. It's all the same. When we go in the hospital and you need blood, a blood transfusion, you don't know who you getting that blood from, because people give from their heart. They give and donate blood. And if you are a person, if you are eligible to go donate blood, do it, because you're saving somebody's life. You never know who life you save. And it very much well could be your own. So it shouldn't matter. Because like I said, we all gonna bleed the same. So we need to stop this hate, this violence. You Muslim? Well, I don't care what you are. When you cut yourself, what color you bleed? Red too, don't you? We all bleed red. So whatever you believe in, I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, you believe in somebody else or whatever, we still bleed red. So we need to, hey, Valentine, baby. So we all need to, come together and stop being so hateful and bullying people and just, harassing folk and doing all this stuff. And if parents need to teach their children, right from wrong. A lot of time they grow up and they see what we do. If we out here fighting and acting a fool and carrying on, guess what? They gonna pick up them same traits. Y'all see how all my forehead is? I got they was blessing the sick and whoever needed prayer. They blessed us with some oil and blessed our hands and our heads and our ears and mouth and eyes. They said a prayer for us, and then they did the sign of the cross with some oil. So my forehead is greasy, so I won't wipe it off. It'll just eventually, as I wash my face or whatever, it'll come off. Yeah, but yeah, that was sad. Now the mom has to bury her 12-year-old child behind some foolishness, behind some bullying, and the dad said he went up to the school twice behind this same stuff. They had moved, and this girl was new to that school, so I had asked the question, so they was talking about the bullying and who should be at fault or whatever. And so they were saying that they had moved. So I don't know if she got to another school because they moved, they were moving, because the school she was at before, it was some bullying going on there. So now she got moved to a new school, and some bullying, she said they were bullying her there. Now, um, the question, my eyebrows raised, you done got moved to two schools and you still being bullied? You might be some type of aggressor as well, because out there she was doing a lot of cursing, and I'm pretty sure her mama didn't know that the words that was coming out of her mouth, that her child was saying that. But still, it doesn't warrant to her to lose her life behind bullying. But I asked the question, well, what made her so special that she was being bullied? I mean, was it the color of her skin? Did she have a better grade of hair? Did she wear more popular clothes? Um, did she have a little shapely shape and the boys was after her? I wanted to know what made her where people had to pick on her at two different schools. So one of the ladies that was in the chat, she kind of got offended and thought I was being ugly toward the girl. No, I said, what makes her so special that she was being bullied? And I explained about her skin color, her hair, because down in the South, that is a thing about a lighter skinned young lady, black, but a lighter skin with good hair and stuff. Everybody thought they were, good, just like they say some white people and stuff like that, blondes and, certain people, are, they go after them more. People with big boobs, a big behind, think different things on a person, and that's really what I was trying to say. What made her so special that she was bullied at two schools? Everywhere she goes, she's being bullied. No, if every time you to move to her, she keep saying that she's getting bullied, then she may be the one doing the bullying, or she might be somewhat of the aggressor as well. So I question that, but I was just wondering what was so special about this little girl that everybody was picking on her. That's my thing. That's just like an adult. What makes this person, just like the woman that um shot up Rihanna's house? What was it about Rihanna that you just didn't like, or that Rihanna did to you to make you do that, to make you take those drastic measures? She had, Rihanna was on target. Um, Cardi B was on her target list. Kim Kardashian, and maybe she thought she was these women competition, you know, and could have been. Maybe she thought these women were beautiful, and she was competing with them in her mind. Something was sick and twisted about the woman for you to go shoot up this young lady's house, Rihanna's house, and you not knowing if she was there, and she was there, and her three babies was there. What, and so you talk about God and stuff. On one hand, I don't know what God you was worshiping. That was the devil. And then in another sense, you know, using profane language, cussing them out and can't stand them or whatever. That's not of God. And then you take it upon yourself with an automatic weapon. You was out for some blood, automatic weapon, and shoot up this young lady's house. What did that young lady do to you personally that you did not like her for that reason for you to do that? So, hey Amber, how you doing? Girl, church was good. Church was good. I hope y'all go back and look at them revivals, them 3 revivals I posted with the message. It was good all 3 days. Yeah, so I don't know what's wrong with people. And then the other little story I was reading, these people, they said they just moved in this house. And all of a sudden, somebody shot up these people's house. 75 rounds of bullets that ridiculed to these people's house. And I think the woman was home with her 4 children. They had just moved in that house. So apparently, whatever happened to the people that moved out of the house before them, they probably thought they still stayed there and was going to do a hit or a move on them, not knowing that them people then packed up and left. And this woman in there with her children, they in there sleep or whatever they doing. And all of a sudden, you start hearing gunfire. I mean, 75, 4 guys got out of a Kia Soul and started shooting with these automatic weapons at these people's house. Just let them go. And the neighbor said that she heard that, but she said, that sound like gunfire. She said, no, can't be. So when it was just going and going and going, and she said, shoot, she got on the floor and kind of was wanted to peep out the window, out her blind, she said, but she was afraid that, maybe she got hit with a bullet. So she got on the floor and she got her cell phone and she could see some of it with her Ring camera. She could see it was people out there shooting at the people's house. And she said, I can't believe they were shooting at these people. These people just moved there. She said the only thing she could think of is that the people that was there prior, which they were saying that it was a lot of activities with the people that stayed there prior to these people moving there, that it was a lot of cars, a lot of interaction. So that could have been it. Why those people was why their house was shot up. But that was awful. These people need to put these guns down. Just shooting for no reason, not happy, unhappy with themselves. They need to take a look at their life, and they gonna have to answer for all this evilness that they doing. All this evilness, all this devil work that they doing, they gonna have to answer for that. Because that's not of God. God don't cause that. That ain't an author of confusion. He's not causing all that. What he's doing is moving out the way, and then letting the devil do what he got to do to see what you gonna do. And a lot of people don't turn to God, don't pray, don't do nothing. And then when you say something to them about it, or you try to, be a witness and, just mention it, they get all upset and bent out of shape or whatever. Well, this is Classy Ladies channel. And I believe in the Lord Savior Jesus Christ. And I'm going to mention him. And I'm going to talk about him because I know what he's done for me. He's been good to me. My 58 years. Lord bless me to see 59. He has been good to me. I done had some hurdles, some bumps and lumps, but all in all, in the end, he's been good. And I'm going to talk about it. So if you're a person that don't want to hear about it, you may not want to be on my channel because I am going to talk about it when I feel like it, when I feel compelled to do it. So that's all I got to say about that. I ain't trying to preach to the choir. You're going to learn what you learn. You're going to do what you do. But I know when you come over here, that if it comes out, it's going to come out. And I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm not going to apologize for it. Just like y'all do insults and y'all drop down and people chat as trolls. You don't apologize for it. You do it anyway. You doing the devil's work. So I'm a fight fire. I'm a fight fire with my fire. Yeah. So, but anyway, the revival was good. I had a good day. I hope y'all had a good day. Tomorrow is Friday Eve. Whoever works Monday through Friday. You got one more day. Some people start spring break tomorrow. Some people spring break is over. It don't seem like nobody has spring break yet in my neck of the woods because the traffic is still out there. So I guess in sections they will have people out for spring break or whatever. So I hope y'all having a good and safe spring break. And I know my cousin, they must have been on spring break because they went on a cruise. I don't know if they left out of Galveston or she went to New Orleans, but she took her kids on a cruise, so they on spring break now. So they're on a cruise now. They left on the 7th. So yeah, they're on a cruise now. And just different areas of. So be careful out there with these kids. Y'all watch your kids, y'all watch your babies. Out there on spring break. Y'all got teenagers. These teenagers, you still got to keep a handle on them and not just let them do whatever they want to do because they think they grown, but then when they get in the situation, they don't know how to handle certain situations. And that's why we have to talk to our kids and talk to them about all kind of things. Y'all need to watch the news too, because you need to bring scenarios up to them about the news and things that's happening on the news and see how they would handle something. What would they do? And things of that nature. When stuff is brought to them, and it's a tragic or it's a something that they haven't dealt with before, they all gonna start crying and they all gonna want their mama, but they want to be grown at the same time. So these kids are not grown. These kids are still babies. Even though they want to be grown, they not. So you still have to police them. You still have to tell them right from wrong. You still have to see about them. Like I said, I was leaving from church just now. And my dad saw me pull off. I thought he was already gone. He saw me pull off, and when I was putting brakes, he said my brake lights wasn't working. So he was calling me. So I answered the second time he called me. He said, you don't have any brake lights. And I said, no. I said, let me pull over to this Family Dollar. And luckily, it was a Family Dollar right there. So I pulled in. He said, well, I'm going to pull in right behind you. So I started messing with my lights and stuff. And I guess when I took it in yesterday for service, I don't know what they was doing with my lights, but my lights was off. And when I started fooling with them, he said they were on because, honey, I was going to be at the dealership ASAP early in the morning. And then the man gave me his personal cell phone number, and I was going to call him and tell him, look, I need to get in the morning. I need an appointment because my lights ain't working. But thank God I fooled with them, and they came on because that was going to be a long ride home because he was going to have to follow me home, and then he was going to have to turn around and go home. And he don't like being out at night because of the way people act these days. So uh, that's what was gonna happen. So that was that. So I have made it home. Let me try to. Why this light won't come on. Put this garage door down. Take that light off. I think I got everything. Unplug my phone because I'm supposed to get out this car. Oh, shoot. If I can't get out with everything, I might have to end this live. This is my attire today. I got on a turquoise and white dress. My turquoise necklace. Somebody say they like the way I dress. And then, I got a turquoise purse to go with it. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. So welcome in, everybody. It's class late. I'm getting ready to get off. I'm at my house and I made it home from church. And I am getting ready to walk in the house. Whew. Make sure I turn this light off. Hold on, y'all. I gotta make sure my dome light go off, cause honey, I'll be in the house till what's the day? Wednesday night. Shoot, it'll be. Thank you, Jesus. I always say that when I pull up in the house. Oh, and then when I make it in the house, when I hit the threshold, I guess I'm gonna have to get me a new ceiling fan, because that one just went up. Plop, 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 plop. I'll stand here and talk to y'all for a minute. We had some good fellowship. Cooked red beans and rice, rotisserie chicken, cornbread, and this tea that one of my church members always make. She called it crack tea. And it do taste like crack tea, because you drink some, and then you want to drink some more, and you want to drink some more. And then they also had a lemonade. So, yeah. Because once I get in my room, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to miss the news. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all watching me. Yeah, Valentine baby, I do, like John Witherspoon said, I do coordinate. That's one thing about me. I'm going to be matchy-matchy. I love it. I always get compliments, whether it's a man or a woman. I always get compliments. But I do it for me. And people might say, oh, you don't never dress down. I do like this when I go to the doctor. This is how I'm dressed. How I'm dressed when I go to the doctor is the same if I was going to the doctor or church. At one time I wore this outfit to church, but now that it's old, I don't wear it to church anymore. Now it's been transferred over to a doctor's appointment dress. Or if I go somewhere or I want to run some errands or go shopping, this is the kind of stuff that I put on. And I'm just like that. Now, I may have different type of jewelry where I can scale back a little bit, but it wouldn't be me. I'm me. And so you can always get 100% out of me. I don't care where I go. Who there, tonight, well, it was me, my brother, my dad. We all go to the same church. And then my two aunts was there. And then everybody that I know, people that they knew, and they constantly, and this is my niece. So you think I want to be looking raggedy if my aunties and them I'm representing and they talking about this my niece? They be so proud of me. They be so proud of me. Because I may be pleasingly plump, but I be well put together. So they be proud to introduce me. So, yeah. So I carry myself well. All these things are beeping. Well, y'all hit the like button. This classy lady, I'm going to get off of here because I got to go talk to my cousin's sister. I ain't really talked to her. She been tired lately on me. I been going to bed early. So I'm going to try to catch her. I'm going to see who all been on live, catch up some lives. And this is one of my nights I'll be up because I don't have to do nothing tomorrow. So I'm good. And thank y'all for coming over, visiting. If you want to listen to some good sermons, I have Revival 1, 2, and 3. I got 2 things beeping. Oh, no. And I think one is in my room or close to my room. Good Revival, I streamed it. So you can catch repeat 1, 2, or 3. But you want to start with 1. And it's not like they concurrent. But you would want to start with 1, 2, and 3. They're all good, and you won't be disappointed. Pastor was thoroughly animated, kept us laughing, but kept giving the word. So you might want to watch them 1, 2, and 3. Um, when you're driving home, when you're ironing, when you're washing, when you're cleaning up, put it on, let it play, and you'll see. But I would advise that you actually watch those and not just listen, because you would need to get the visual of what he's talking about and what he's doing and why we are laughing so much, because he was very comical, but he kept it real. So with that being said, y'all hit the like button going out. Thank y'all for viewing my channel. I have some lives and shorts that I wish y'all would view for me. Get my count up there. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider. I'm trying to get my first 500 subscribers. I'm almost there, but I still need about, I think I need about 70 more people to join. So please consider joining, and that way you will know when I go live. I was coming on at 9 o'clock consecutively, but now I'll be coming on at 8 o'clock. So tomorrow, Lord bless, say the same, I'll be back on at 8 o'clock, trying to come on earlier. So this classy lady, I will see y'all later.